Working for an HVAC company as a technician, are there certain repairs that have to be done during the day? And what are those repairs? I'd like to answer that question. And also, are you expected to spend a certain amount of time on each repair? Are you timed? Are you expected to only spend so much time on something? And if so, what does that look like? Today, I'm answering a question from a viewer, Max Joseph. Max, thanks for the questions. I'll try to give you some insight today on tips for technicians. And if you like this video, hit the subscribe button. Definitely share it with your friends and hit the notification button so you guys can keep up with what I'm doing. Also, if you want to support me, if this video is worth $1, check out my Patreon. In there, I also give valuable information as to how to set up an aquaponics system like the one I have, which I use to grow different vegetables throughout the year. So, let's get started. First question, are there certain repairs that have to be made during the day? Yes, there are. Most companies have service and clean contracts. So you already know that during the hot times, during the summer, during the cold times, during the winter, you have your most repairs that have to be made. You have your most demand on the company. So you may have 100 voice messages instead of just one voice message. And that's the time where you make your money, you hustle. But during the slow times, what keeps the company really going and thriving is the service and clean contracts. The contracts that they have, whether commercial, where you're working in factories and plants, and they may have to staff maybe 2 or 3 employees, 2 or 3 technicians may have to be at a facility 3 days a week, or maybe a month at a time, or a residential company where you have maybe 4 or 5, 6, 7, 8 service and cleans that have to happen every day in various locations because it's residential homeowners. Service and cleans, maintenance is something that's huge in the industry. It's something that's highly neglected as well, and that's why you have so many major repairs, and then you have to have replacements instead of just the maintenance that should be so regular. But commercial facilities have a lot more maintenance. Residential, you have a lot more customers, and you have a lot more locations, but maintenance is something that's big. You also have repairs that have to be made, parts that have to be changed, like capacitors, motors, contactors, transformers, you have coils, you have all kinds of parts that have to be replaced, and these are repairs that take place every day. On the answer machine that I have at the shop, during the really hot times, we check that answer machine every morning. If anybody has an emergency, we try to get to it the same day. Most companies can't actually handle, good companies, can't actually handle all the work that they have, so they're behind weeks. And sometimes if you have 3 or 4 technicians, it takes days to catch up with just one night of the answering machine's calls. I know that might sound crazy, but I have woke up, went into the office, I didn't have any calls before, and I had 30 the next day. Why? Because the temperature spiked outside. So what are the certain types of parts that you change? I mean, what are the certain repairs that have to take place every day? Maintenance. And then you have to change parts because you go to service calls. Service calls, those requests turn into diagnostics which lead to the problem, and then you have to order parts sometimes. So some days you got to do service calls that came in the night before. You also have to handle the parts that you ordered 2 or 3 days ago because they just came in. So that's kind of normal activity for the day, and those are certain parts. Now, let's talk about, are you timed? Are you timed? There's a certain amount of time to each call. Usually we'd average about an hour a call, right? You can't really set a time to a repair because there might be something unforeseen that shows up. Take, for instance, I order a compressor. The compressor had failed mechanically, and when I come back out and I put the compressor in and I start it up, the unit goes into a vacuum on the suction side. The low side pulls down, and then I realized that my TXV was the failure point, and that's what caused the compressor to go bad. So I go to a house and I clean the unit, and the coils were stopped up solid. And when I get done, when I leave, the customer calls back and says the fan motor's bad. Why did it go bad? Because the unit was so dirty that I cleaned it, and then the amp draw significantly changed on the motor, and it burnt the motor up. I've had that happen before, and that's what can happen. So you can't really put a time to it. Now, you are going to be tracked. Most commercial insurance companies have a tracking device that they put on all the fleet vehicles that you have. This keeps your insurance a little bit lower, and then they track your travel, your acceleration, all that good stuff, and the company usually gets a bonus if you guys drive like you got some sense. But this is the only way you're going to be tracked, and you may be timed, and if you are timed, it's because you're probably not a professional. Most new employees, those are probably the only employees you have to worry about, and if you are tracked, it's probably just to keep up with where you're going, how many calls you're doing, to make sure you're doing what you need to. And if you're not, then they might judge you on your performance and try to get you to increase your amount of calls that you're doing during the day. But I don't think you would be tracked if you're a professional. If you know what you're doing, you're taking care of customers, you're bringing money in for that company, there's not going to be a problem. If there is a problem and you're hassled and you have several sales meetings every week and all that happens that's unnecessary, then you probably need to leave the company anyways. I hope this wasn't too fast. I hope it was filled with lots of information so that you can learn, Max. I appreciate your question, and I look forward to anybody else that has any questions so that I can help you. Because remember, if you help enough people, you'll end up having help yourself. And you can only be hurtful or helpful in this world. You got to choose what's better for you. Mine is be helpful. I have nothing else. I hope you learned something. Hope it makes you better. Thanks for watching. I'm Tad. You're watching Tips for Technicians, and I'll keep you cool if you let me.